was pretty nerve-wracking knowing the Cook Strait is known for its unpredictability, and 26 k's is a lot of time for things to go wrong.
With that 1 knot. You know pretty quickly if shit's about to hit the fan, like, you know, if I just do like that, it's like, get here quick. Yeah. It's going to be like riding uphill for 3 hours on a mountain bike.
And the fact that we've got this huge storm coming in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit dumb, but then the wind's so good that
everything else isn't.
Yeah, but it's like the wind's like the best it's been since October, or whenever it was that we tried coming down. So it's like,
Sweet. Now I'm just going to check that I can connect to it on my watch as well without setting the system.
it looks so nice. God, that looks good, doesn't it?
It looks like a pancake to me.
A little bit of rolling, but is that him parked over?
Cyclists! Yeah, right. How are we? Good. Philip, how's things, Lou? Nice to meet you. Hayden. Hayden, how are you? And obviously the foil cycling is going to be the first time that's ever been done across Cook Strait, just because it's so changeable, the currents are so vicious, and the wind just whistles through here.
The forecast was for the wind to go south to north, so we decided we'd go from the South Island and have the wind behind us.
Definitely struggling this one. The first hour's going to be a grind.
Yeah. And so the plan is just to
use as little battery power as possible, getting through the rough stuff, and then we'll see how much we've got left at the halfway mark when it gets flat, and then hopefully have enough to grind out the last half.
The conditions at the start were a little bit worse than what we were hoping for, but because it was the start of the ride, you try and build a buffer for the rest of the ride while your legs are fresh. So I dropped down to level 2, tried to maintain that for as long as I sort of could without exhausting myself, knowing that there was another 2 hours of riding to happen.
We're just coming up to 5Ks in 30 minutes. The weather is slightly different to what they forecast us. They're talking of variable winds today of 10 knots. We've probably got that, but variable will mean coming from different directions. But I think we're right on pace. He's getting into a good rhythm now. We're just holding a good line for him. Looking at this pace, we'd be roughly about 2.5 hours, and we'll be finishing on 3 hours.
It was raining, there were thunderstorms on the North and South Island. We were in a bit of a calm patch before the storm, but it was foggy. You couldn't see the North Island, so it was basically like you were just riding into this empty ocean in the middle of nowhere.
The current is coming behind us today, but we have got wind and tide. So the wind is going a different direction to the tide, hence it's standing the sea up a little bit. But we're really the foils, it doesn't seem to be hindering us too much with the speed we're going. We're hoping that this will drop down once we get over halfway.
So it's on 77%, he's done about 6 Ks. So we've got 18 Ks to go, you should be alright.
Especially towards the middle of the ride, you'd start feeling exhaustion kicking into your legs, and you know that you need to drop down to level 2 or you're not going to make it. So yes, there's a time there where I was counting down, just, you know, I've only got 40 more pedal strokes to do, only 20 more pedal strokes to do, 10, alright, now you've earned a break, you can go up to level 3 for 50 strokes and then it's back into level 2. Surreal, especially when the fog moved in and you couldn't see South Island or North Island. It was like you're just out in the middle of nowhere, especially, you know, when the support boat was a few hundred metres away. It was sort of like, wow, where am I? What am I doing? Especially when there's chop, side chop, there's a lot of upper body energy used just to keep the bike steady and straight. Got cross chop, it is it's an upper body workout. The foils, the struts, everything that's in the water is basically wanting to follow the water. So when you've got a big swell or roller coming in from the right, the bike wants to roll with it. And so you're basically using your body to force the bike to do what it doesn't want to do, basically. So at the halfway mark we were pretty confident we were going to make it, and then once we hit the 7 Ks, those conditions started turning. I went through pretty well all of the buffers that I'd saved up over the first 2/3 of the trip, and I had to start going back to level 2, preserving energy and big sort of swell and chop, and yeah, that started playing on my mind a little bit. I thought, yeah, we might not actually make it. This could end in tears.
K and a half to go. %5 battery.
Calm water, just in front. We're nearly in calm water, it'll be a straight run in.
Yeah, at some points I couldn't actually keep the bike straight. It would roll away with the chop and then I'd end up surfing for a short period, and then I'd have to correct and start going in the direction we wanted to go again. So that happened quite a few times. Yeah, so with about a K to go, I could see all the detail on the hills. I could see the goats walking along the beaches there, and I thought, man, there's no way that we're going to come this far and then fail. No way. So I had to just drop down to level 2 and just go for a sprint. Within about 5 metres of shore there was weed everywhere, and I had no battery left, and I was actually starting to think about, okay, I've made it now. I'd heard the horn go off, now how do I get back to the boat? big relief, like any massive workout, you know, like there's a good sense of achievement there. This was, you know, sweeter still, just in the fact that it was a once in a lifetime kind of test, and to succeed in the first attempt, that was pretty awesome, to be honest.